Every single big brand that I can think of, they have it. You just don't recognize it.
You don't always pick your hero product either.
It's not like something you're going to know right away. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some testing to see what people gravitate to. Wix e-commerce is the professional platform that enables entrepreneurs all over the world to create and run their online stores and grow their e-commerce businesses. One of those entrepreneurs is Angel Gregorio, who runs thespicesweet.com, a $2 million multi-channel business on Wix. When the pandemic forced so many brick-and-mortar businesses to close their doors, Angel knew she had to pivot to online to keep selling her spices and keep up with the demand from her loyal customers. In fact, in just a few months, she sold over $900,000 worth of spices through her online store, and her last batch sold out in 2.5 minutes. Angel uses social channels to drive special sales and email marketing to update her customers about new inventory and upcoming events. She also uses in-depth analytics to gain business insights and monitor everything in her sales funnel. Store management, marketing automations, and detailed payment reports, all from one dashboard. So if you want to succeed in 2021 and grow your online business like Angel did, head over to wix.com/e-commerce today. Ever wonder how the e-commerce brands you admire do it? How they just know the right message to send to the right people at the right time? Guess what? It's not experience. They have the right data and the right tools. They have Klaviyo. Klaviyo's data-driven marketing automation platform is sophisticated enough to power those legendary campaigns from the brands you admire, but they made it simple, easy, and fast enough for anyone to use. Klaviyo helps brands easily create personalized, multi-channel marketing campaigns using the most powerful asset, your customers' data. Klaviyo integrates with all leading e-commerce platforms, helping you use your customer data in real time to send more relevant email and SMS automations. Plus, building a marketing campaign is drag and drop easy. You can get started with your first campaign in under an hour and easily build from there with Klaviyo's best performing templates. Klaviyo gives you all the power of an enterprise marketing automation platform and none of the complexity, so you can compete with the big guys. No wonder more than 65,000 brands can't get enough. To get started with your free trial of Klaviyo, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored.
You're listening to E-Commerce Uncensored with Kevin Manell and Jason Caruso.
Hey everyone, and thank you for joining us on another episode of E-Commerce Uncensored. My name is Kevin Manell, and I'm here with
Jason Caruso.
And today it's just the two of us. And I think we've made a commitment to do more of these type podcasts. You know, we've been doing a lot of these interviews lately, or for like 2021, and I think it's time we go back to our roots a little bit. Jay, what do you think?
I like it.
Go back to talking about some of our experiences that we're having, you know, with clients and things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. I mean, the interviews are great. It's great to meet new people and hear about their journeys, but I'd like to get back to that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Today I wanted to talk about something that's kind of come up a little bit with some of our clients, and I think it comes up consistently, and that is the idea of, you all right over there?
I'm right.
That's the idea of developing and focusing on a hero product and kind of knowing what that is. And because I think a lot of times people get so caught up in their whole product line that they always want to like promote and focus on all of them, when in reality there's either 1, 2, or 3 main hero products that you should really be putting most of your time and effort into to bring new customers in.
Well, I mean, I think it's even less than that, Kev. I think it's probably one product that outshines everyone. And just thinking about all of our clients, you know, $60 million cosmetic brands, most of their revenue comes from one product. Our other client, they're on track to do 8 figures this year. They have one product, right? And I think it's really easy to get caught up in, well, if my revenue is X with this product, if I could just introduce more products, I mean, I can 2 or 3X that. But the truth of the matter is that, you know, this goes back to that 80-20 rule, right? 20% of your products will sell 80% of the time. And I think, you know, trying to sell another product, it's really easy to waste time, to spend money, instead of just using that hero product and then bring people in and start selling them on the back end.
Yeah, I think it's mostly about trust. Like if you have that one product that you have, that history of reviews, and you've built a customer base around, and you've built that trust around, that's kind of like what brings people in. And to try to introduce like a brand new product, and we're not saying not to introduce new products at all. I think it's good to, develop a product line and do new things, but you should always start with that base product. I mean, in every single big brand that I can think of, they have it. You just don't recognize it. I think like even Apple, they have the iPhone. I don't even think it was the computer that did it with Apple. I think they created the iPhone, and that was their hero product. And then everything else followed after that.
It was actually the iPod.
Oh, right. The iPod, right? That was first.
That was really what kind of blew them up. But yeah, I mean, right now, I would say iPhones probably are their quote unquote hero product, even though I'm sure the computers do just fine. But yeah. Also, the other thing is that if you have a product that's working, there's a chance that that product just works with cold traffic or with people. So if you found that product, there's a good chance that that's going to be the product, right? Because not because of something you've done per se, even though it is the truth, but more along the lines that people are just responding to that product, right? I think of one of our ex-clients who is a cosmetic brand, and they have this one product that brings in tons and tons and tons and tons of revenue. And then they've tried to sell other products, right? They have this product that like makes your eyelashes grow big, I think, and long. And now they've tried like hair, I believe like shampoo. And so like it's natural to say like, well, everybody's just going to love everything that I'm doing. And the truth is that sometimes just, the products need some more educating on. The products that need educating on generally are not the ones that kind of explode, right? Because you got to teach people about it. I mean, now there are some cases like ClickFunnels, which is a whole new thing. And but he even talks about that. Russell Brunson talks a lot about how he in the beginning didn't realize how many people didn't know what a funnel was, and he had to spend a lot of money educating, right? So when you have a product that's just selling, like think about Amazon, right? Amazon sells billions of products, I'm guessing. But what is their main product? You know what it is?
What is it?
Prime.
Right.
That's where they're making their money. They don't really make that much money on the other stuff, right? It's that Prime membership. And then once they get you hooked into their membership, now they could sell you anything.
Right. That's interesting, because it's not always what you think with some of these big brands, what their hero product is. I was reading an article about like hero products and things before he got on, and one of the examples was Zappos. And Zappos, when you try to think about what their hero product, you might think of like the shoes or a certain type of shoe, but it's really their customer service is their hero product. They have that reputation around, and that's what they try to sell. They sell the fact that they're customer service. And I think I was at a restaurant yesterday, and I feel like that should be restaurants' hero product, is like customer service, because that's what bring people back. It's not always the food that bring people back. It's like that experience that you give somebody. I thought that was interesting.
Well, the food has to be good too.
Well, the food has to be good, but
even if I had like an amazing experience and the food was shit, I probably wouldn't go back.
Well, like you could also just have had a bad meal at that point, right?
Right.
I mean, if you get a bad meal and have great customer service, you're more willing to come back.
Right, but it doesn't. Right. The point was that it doesn't have to be the product that you're quote unquote selling. Right. There's a lot, like Amazon selling physical products through its platform, but the thing that they're actually making the most money on is a digital Prime product. Right. So
yeah,
like, so it doesn't have to be that main, or that doesn't have to be what you think you're selling. Let's take our agency as an example, Kevin. Right. Like, we come across this a lot. We're not the biggest out there. And a lot of people will say like, oh, well, you're not that big, so you don't know what you're doing, because we equate success with more, right? And the truth is, not many agencies will give their customers as much attention as we do, right? Like, they can call us on weekends, they can call us at night, they can text us, they can do whatever they want, and we never say it's too much, right? That is our main product. Yes, we do really good job with Facebook ads. Yes, we're really, really good with email, but I think people get hooked on working with us because we are so customer centric, so to speak.
That's interesting. Like, as I was reading that for Zappos, I didn't even think of that. And I've always struggled with, we've always spread ourselves so thin with the amount of different services. We went from, graphic design, photography, email marketing. And we were always like, we tried always to figure out what that hero product was for us and what the product was, what service, I guess, for us would always bring people in. And I guess I never thought about that until just now, until you mentioned it, that experience, that relationship is what is our hero product too.
Yeah, I mean, we were going through this with one of our clients, that they were getting some investors, and the investors wanted to go with this big agency, and the owner of the company and the CCO, which is the chief cheerleading officer, they basically said like, that's not us. That's not the kind of service we need. We actually need people who are going to take our business as seriously as they're taking their business, because most of the time you don't talk to the two owners of the company, like the two guys who actually were the ones that started the business, because they knew about whatever that service was. Most companies are dealing with account people, so something different with us. This message comes from our sponsor, Wix e-commerce, the professional platform that enables entrepreneurs all over the world to create and run their online stores and grow their e-commerce businesses. One of those entrepreneurs is Angel Gregorio, who runs the SpiceSuite.com, a $2 million multi-channel business on Wix. When the pandemic forced so many brick and mortar businesses to close their doors, Angel knew that she had to pivot to online to keep selling her spices and keep up with the demand from her loyal customers. In fact, in just 2 months, she sold over $900,000 worth of spices through her online store, and her last batch sold out in 2.5 minutes. Angel uses her social channels to drive special sales and email marketing to update her customers about new inventory and upcoming events. She also uses in-depth analytics to gain business insights and monitors everything in her sales funnel, store management, marketing automation, and detailed payment reports, all from one dashboard. So if you want to succeed in 2021 and grow your online business like Angel did, head over to wix.com/e-commerce today.
Ever wonder how the e-commerce brands you admire do it? How they just know the right message to send to the right people at the right time? Guess what? It's not experience. They have the right data and the right tools. They have Klaviyo. Klaviyo's data-driven marketing automation platform is sophisticated enough to power those legendary campaigns from the brands you admire, but they made it simple, easy, and fast enough for anyone to use. Klaviyo helps brands easily create personalized, multi-channel marketing campaigns using the most powerful asset, your customers' data. Klaviyo integrates with all leading e-commerce platforms, helping you use your customer data in real time to send more relevant email and SMS automations. Plus, building a marketing campaign is drag and drop easy. You can get started with your first campaign in under an hour and easily build from there with Klaviyo's best performing templates. Klaviyo gives you all the power of an enterprise marketing automation platform and none of the complexity, so you can compete with the big guys. No wonder more than 65,000 brands can't get enough. To get started with your free trial of Klaviyo, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored. Yeah, I think the one thing though you have to think about too, I mean, this goes for like, as long as your products, your product line all bring in the same type of person. Like your hero product can't be like a golf club and then all your other products are like tennis rackets, right? So you have to have that kind of consistency too.
Yeah, but you don't always pick your hero product either, right? So, your hero product is going to develop out of whatever that is you're selling, right? So Amazon didn't have Prime first, right? That's how they just got gigantic, right? They started off with books. Like, okay, you can buy books. Amazon.com sells books. And then they started kind of like branching out and changing and morphing a little bit. And then, Prime is fairly new, I think. I don't even think it's been around like what? I don't know, like probably 6-7 years, maybe. I
That's
don't
that you
think
think?
I
I
don't
have
know.
a really tough concept of time lately. I really don't know.
Yeah.
It just goes by so fast.
I don't know, but I know it's not since the beginning of time. And if they
No.
did, it wasn't something that they marketed that much, right? It wasn't like front and center. But now that oh, excuse me, that's what it is. It's all about Prime Day, Prime Day, Prime Day. Well, what are they doing?
That whole book thing, like that doesn't even seem so long ago where they just sold books. So that's
Yeah, I mean, I
that's
think it was like
crazy.
99 or whatever.
But like the point is, I think is like, and at the beginning, like when you're first starting, it's going to be tough. Like Jason said, it's not like something you're going to know right away. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some testing to see what people gravitate to. And then once you figure that out, put all your resources towards that. Make new content around that product, build that trust around that product, and bring people in through with cold traffic through that product. And then, like we talk about all the time, email, it doesn't mean you can't run Facebook ads on your other products, but retarget people who are already customers to bring them in that way and build up that lifetime value through your other products.
Well, people or entrepreneurs, they fall in love with their product, whatever that is. Like they love it. So they have a really difficult time detaching. I mean, I honestly, like, one client of ours actually listens to us when we say, exploit, magnify that one product, 'cause we know people want that. And then you could start selling your other stuff on the back end, like, hey, you just bought this new car. Well, you're going to need to clean the car. So here is an accessory. You could play around with that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think people do it enough. They don't listen, number one, because they fall in love with their product. But what do you care what gets people in the door? Like, I never understood that. Like, I never understood like why people care so much what they're making money from. Like, okay, if you're selling like a cancer cure or some sort of something that like is going to pretty much change the world, fine. But like, I don't understand if it's like one widget or another widget. Like, just get them in and then just,
Yeah. And I just think that, well, I have this whole product line. I can't get rid of my rest of my products. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you to focus on the one and then sell the others.
Yeah. The other thing is like marketing gets blamed, right? Like people have this conception that marketers can sell like, snow to an Eskimo, so to speak, right? Like they think that we can, or sell ice to an Eskimo, whatever the saying is. Like, it's not necessarily true. Like, yeah, I mean, there are some good salesmen out there, but you're not going to sell something to someone that they don't need. If it's not solving a problem, I don't care how good of a salesman you are, you're not selling. Like, there is nobody on this planet that can sell me a PC. I don't care if they say it's $4 and 60 times faster than my Mac. It doesn't matter. I want Mac. I don't want PC, right? So you can't force things down people's throat. If they don't want it, actually, Kev, that's how our wildlife photography magazine really got kicked off, right? Like we ran some ads, like we didn't like do anything that was so spectacular, but people were responding to it. And so they responded to something, we just kept doing it. And that's how we went from 0 to 2 million. And everybody wants to know the profit. Profit's about 50%. But we went from 0 to 2 million exploiting that thing that was working. And that's all we did.
And yeah, and it's just once you solve that one person's main problem, they're more willing to try your other products. Like even though it might not necessarily solve one problem that they have, but they're like, for instance, like this one client of ours, he just has a constipation medicine or constipation supplement, and constipation is a much bigger issue than I thought it was in the world, and we're really solving people's problems. Imagine having constipation and finally finding that one product that like solves everything. But then the week after you happen to get like a an anti-aging collagen product from them. They're like, hell yeah, I'll try that. Like they just solved I've been struggling with this for so long. Of course I'm going to try that. If it works for them or not, that's the next part. But they're just more willing to give it a shot when they have that loyalty behind just one product.
Yeah, I mean, Boom by Cindy Joseph. Tell us his name again.
Ezra Firestone.
Ezra said something about this as well. He says, like, everybody thinks that I sell all these products on Facebook and Instagram and whatever he uses. He's like, but I have one product that works. That's it. And then I sell them other things. And this is just a concept that I think the people who know, people who know it, and people who don't continually struggle, continually trying to chase, whatever it is they're chasing.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
A little bit of a shorter episode today than it's been lately, but I like that. Short and to the point, little tips, techniques.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is something we're going through. We go through it every day with our clients where they don't, they don't listen. They don't listen, but they're always, they're thinking that if I sell this other widget, it's going to X whatever my income, but they don't calculate what they're going to lose trying to figure out if people want it.
Right. Exactly. So. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to, we haven't mentioned our Facebook group in a while, and I'd like to keep that going too. So jump over to our Facebook group at ecommerceuncensored.com/Facebook and join us over there. We've got some cool discussions that happen over there. We're going to get more involved in that as well. Get back to our roots, like I said. Subscribe to our podcast so you can hear our upcoming ones coming up. And okay, you want to say something, Jay?
I was going to say that, like, I'm trying not to like yell and be as animated as I normally am, because you're like right there. And I feel like if I yell, you can hear me out of both the mic and my mouth. So
yeah, we come into the office on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we basically spend the whole time on Zoom calls anyway. And that's exactly what we're doing now. We're having we're recording our podcast right next to each other on a Zoom. Yeah, just because Jason misses me most of the time.
Yeah.
So he wants me to come in more often. So that's basically what happens. So anyway, cool guys. Thank you so much for listening. As always, you can check us out at ecommerceuncensored.com, and we'll talk to you guys real soon.
Later.
Attention e-commerce founders, entrepreneurs, side hustlers, marketers, and growth hackers. If you're working round the clock to build your dream e-commerce business, you need an e-commerce marketing platform that works just as hard as you do. That means you need Klaviyo. With Klaviyo, you'll delight customers and drive revenue at the same time, with personalized emails and SMS marketing campaigns that you can design and send in minutes. For more, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored.
This message comes from our sponsor, Wix e-commerce, the professional platform that enables entrepreneurs all over the world to create and run their online store and grow their e-commerce business. One of those entrepreneurs is Angel Gregorio, who runs the SpiceSuite.com. In just a few months, she sold over $900,000 worth of spices through her online store alone. So if you want to grow your business in 2021, head over to wix.com/ecommerce.